Hey guys, it's Julia and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the author Elizabeth Acevedo and all of her books. I'm not sure what I'm gonna call or what the title will be for this video. I guess it's like an author review, but yeah. So without further ado, let's get into it. So these are all the books that Elizabeth Acevedo has written, and Elizabeth Acevedo is a Black author, and she is I believe that she was born and raised in New York City, and then I believe now she lives in DC. However, her background is of Dominican Republic descent, so she's Black and Latin X. I never know how to say that correctly, but yeah, Black and Latin, and a Spanish-speaking author. And I have read all of her books, and I'm going to go through them one by one. So the first book, that her debut book, is actually called The Poet X, and this is about a young girl called Xiomara, and Xiomara writes slam poetry, and basically we follow her, how she's trying to balance her life and writing this slam poetry as kind of her escape from her very strict mother's rules, and because her mother is very religious and she expects Shimaro to be that way, and yeah, so, and this is a really stunning coming of age book, and this book is all told in different styles of poetry, so, and verse, and for example, there are haikus or poems, and yeah, we just follow Xiomara and how she is kind of like fighting for her, for her to be herself, and it's also about her first love and how that is affected by her strained relationship with her mother, and yeah, I really enjoyed this book. I gave this book 4 to 5 stars, and yeah, it was I really enjoyed it, and I believe, as I said before, this is Elizabeth Acevedo's debut novel, so I mean, that's simply stunning. And with all of Elizabeth Acevedo's books, obviously because she is a Spanish-speaking author from the Dominican Republic, all of her characters have that kind of background, so there's a lot of Spanish text and language mixed into the stories, and I really love that about her writing, including this one, The Poet X. The next book, I don't know which one she wrote first out of these two, Clap When You Land or With the Fire on High. I believe that she wrote, I believe that she wrote With the Fire on High next. And With the Fire on High, we follow a young girl whose name is Imoni, and Imoni is an aspiring chef, and she is also a teen mother. And this book is basically about her life and how she is trying to balance those two aspects of her life, which are obviously quite different, all the while still being a teenager, and with these dreams of, like, becoming a professional chef, and yeah. And I loved this book because I loved how food was obviously a major subject in this book, and also I loved how, like, each chapter it has like different recipes of Imoni's, Yeah, I really found that really different, and this story was so inspiring, and I really loved the character because she's so determined to make everything work, not only for herself but for her daughter, but also with her for her abuela, her grandmother, who she lives with. And yes, I really enjoyed it as well, and it has so many references to Spanish culture and also Dominican Republic culture, and I really loved it. And the third book of Elizabeth Acevedo is Clap When You Land, and Clap When You Land is so Clap When You Land tells the story of two sisters, Camino and Yahaira, and we meet both of them in the beginning of the book, but when we meet them, we don't know that, we know, but we don't know that. Basically, they don't know if they are sisters when we first meet them. So essentially, we follow Yahaira, and she is a girl from also who is Dominican descent, and she is born and raised in New York, I believe in Brooklyn, and she always knows that every summer her dad goes back to the Dominican Republic to do business there, or so she thinks. And for Camino, she is also a young girl, however, she lives in the Dominican Republic and has never left her country. And she always looks forward to her summers because that's when her dad comes back and visits her, who lives in the US. And following a tragic plane crash, where their father actually gets killed, from that you see how they deal with his death and eventually find out that they're half sisters, and essentially that their father was living a double life, and then they connect through that and discover that they actually have each other as sisters or half sisters. And I don't know, this book is so stunning as well. This book is actually told in verse, and I think that makes it very unique. And I loved as with all of Elizabeth Acevedo's books, I loved all the Spanish and Latinx and Dominican Republic references and culture which is mixed into it, because I don't know, it just makes it so unique and special. And obviously this book features two characters who are Black, and that's awesome, the same as the other two books, The Poetics and With a Fire on High, and that's what I really loved about all of these books as well. All of these books, I think what really stands out for me is that all the main characters in these books, they are strong and determined young women, and also, Black women that are determined to, they're very, just determined to make their life as good as possible, even though they have struggles. Like, for example, Imoni, she is a teen mom, but she still has aspirations and, her dreams of, becoming a professional chef. Camino and Yahaira, they both have different stories. For example, Yahaira is actually, I think she's gay, and you follow her story and how she's trying to be true to herself, but also keep in mind, thinking of her, ancestry and her, where she comes from and her culture, because obviously that's very important. And then obviously you also have Chiomara, who, she just wants to write her slam poetry because she knows that she's good at it, but she's just trying to get accepted by her family and her mom about it. And I don't know, all these books are so great, and yeah, I enjoyed every single one of them. And I think, as I said before, I think what I enjoyed the most is not only the strong female characters, but also how Elizabeth Acevedo blends in the Spanish culture and the Dominican Republic culture so effortlessly. Like, that the characters have that background, but yeah, it's just done very effortlessly, but also it makes a point of being there. You definitely notice it. And I think that's great because, to be quite honest, I had not read a lot of books with characters from the Dominican Republic before I started reading her books. And yeah, I really enjoyed all of them because of that. And they're all very heartwarming stories in different ways. So, yeah, I think if I had to pick my favorite out of all these books, then I would probably say that Clap When You Land is my favorite, because, I don't know, just because the story deals with not only, different issues, but also because it's kind of deep in a way, because obviously both the sisters are dealing with the death of their father. Then obviously, it's just a bit different from the other stories, and also the fact that this is told in verse is just so great. So yeah, that's definitely my favorite. So I would say, if you haven't read anything of Elizabeth Acevedo right now, then I definitely suggest that you go and pick any of her books up, but start with Clap When You Land. I mean, all of them are great books, but I would personally recommend Clap When You Land. And don't get put off that it's written in verse, because I wasn't put off, but I was just a bit, I didn't know how to feel about it, but it totally does not matter. It's such a great story, as well as the Podex and With the Fire on High. And yeah, I'm really happy to have read all of her books, and I can't wait for what she puts out next, because I know it's going to be awesome. And I love her writing style. It's so beautiful and poetic, and yeah, I can't wait for her next book. So if you want to read some of her books, I highly recommend them. Go check her out and tell me what you think. If you have read any of Elizabeth Acevedo's books, then please comment down below which is your favorite, and what did you think about them, because I would love to know. And also, if you know any other Dominican Republic authors, or if you know any other authors from the Dominican Republic, then please send me some recommendations, because honestly, I really enjoyed reading about that culture. And or any authors with Latinx representation, that would be great. I do read other books with that, but I'm always looking for new recommendations. So if you have any, please comment down below, because I would love to know. Anyway, that's kind of my short, kind of overview of Elizabeth Acevedo. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I definitely plan on doing more of these kind of videos of different authors. I don't know how often I will be doing them, because obviously I have to read all. So the thing is with me is, like, I never say that I never call an author my favorite author until I have read, if not all of her books, at least a big chunk of all their books. Because I feel that, I think that's the way for me to do it, in order to say yes, I really enjoy this author's books, and I consider him one of my favorite authors. So, but I definitely plan on doing it more with other authors. And yeah, so if you want to see more of these kind of videos focused on the author, then please let me know. If you have any specific authors that you want me to review, then please comment down below. But I do have some ideas already. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna shut up now. Really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And also, please remember to click the notification bell so you get a notification about all my new videos so you don't miss them. And let's talk about books, and let's hang out. So go and follow me on socials, which is at I'd Read More Books, and I'm on both on Twitter and on Instagram. And let's go and talk about not only Elizabeth Acevedo, but all things bookish. And yeah, because I would love talking to you guys and like actually, you know, having a conversation, not like in person, because obviously we can't, but the next best thing. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you have a great day and week wherever you are, whenever you see this, and I hope it is filled with lots of good books and good authors. So hope you have a good one. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!